Hey guys, Douse again, Chaos Fragrances. Today we have another top 10 video, and this is going to be top 10 fall fragrances of 2017. So I know I'm a little late on this list compared to some of the other reviewers, but I promised I'd have this video for you guys, so here we are. I was coming up with this list, I was thinking if I wanted to have any honorable mentions, but I decided no. So this is just going to be the top 10 fragrances, no ties, just 10 solid fragrances that you can wear during fall that will get you compliments and that will just work great. So definitely have no BS, guys. Let's go and get right into it. Number 10 spot. Now this one might take some of you off guard. This normally isn't talked about as a fall fragrance. However, I just wanted to include it, and I'll go ahead and show you the fragrance real quick. But it is Mugler Cologne. Now you're probably thinking, oh, this is probably more of a spring and summer scent. But to me, this is kind of more of the in-between fragrance. And what I mean by that, it's really good for weather when it's not too hot but not too cold. So it's kind of for the in-between seasons. You know, summertime, too warm, this thing might not do the best. In the winter, too cold, not going to perform that well. But to me, perfect for spring, perfect for fall. Very not offensive. Best thing about this fragrance, you can spray as much of it as you want and you're not really going to offend anybody. I think I went a little overboard. Works as a good bug spray. You guys get the point though. Very inoffensive. To me, this kind of smells like the type of soap that you would smell if you were staying in like a cabin. You know, just if you're staying like in this cabin in the woods, you know, on a little getaway, you know, in the spring or fall time. And this is how I would imagine the soap would smell. Just very soapy, fresh and clean. Kind of woodsy, which I think is why it works so good for the spring, so good for the fall especially. So Number 10, Mugler Cologne. Can't go wrong with this. Number 9 spot, guys, Salvatore Ferragamo F Black. Now, the reason why this is only on the number 9 spot is because this is more of a winter fragrance, in my opinion. It is very strong, heavy on the lavender note, heavy on the pepper note. It's a little bit on the stronger side. Definitely a masculine fragrance, especially for the price. Very good. You will probably see this higher up on my winter list, but number 9 spot, can't really go wrong with this one. Number 8 spot, guys, La Nuit de l'Homme, just powdery sexiness in a bottle. I've talked about this one on my channel a lot. Didn't do a review on it. It was in my top 5 date fragrances video. Come on, guys. In my top 5 date fragrances video, definitely a great date fragrance, as I said, but also perfect fall staple too. It's very powdery, like I said. Really good in the fall, a little bit in the winter, but the performance of this isn't really going to allow for the best wintertime fragrance, but for the fall can be definitely in your rotation any time of the year date fragrance though. So definitely a solid one. La Nuit de l'Homme, number 8 spot. Number 7 spot, guys, Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. I've talked about this one on my channel a lot. It's been in like 3 of my videos so far. Actually, it's my scent of the day. Kind of powdery, has tonka bean, minty, fresh. Perfect for any season, any occasion. Figured I'd throw it in there, number 7 spot, because it is a great fragrance. You guys know all about this one, I'm sure, so definitely check it out if you haven't. Number 7, Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Eau de Parfum. I don't know if you can see that or not, but Eau de Parfum. Number 6 spot, guys, L'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. Second Yves Saint Laurent fragrance on this list. You're probably wondering why this one ranked higher than La Nuit de l'Homme, which is talked about so often. I think this fragrance is definitely underhyped. Definitely isn't talked about a lot from what I've seen. To me, this is the perfect fall fragrance. Out of all the seasons, to me, this does best in the fall. This is my apple orchard fragrance. You know, fall, that time of the year, going to apple orchards and things like that. Smells very good. Definitely the most pleasing fragrance I own. Just has notes of apple, ginger, just amber. Just smells really, really good. Like I said, my apple orchard fragrance, if you go to an orchard or anything like that, definitely wear this one. Number 6 spot, well-deserved, L'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. Number 5 spot, guys, you knew this one was coming. Dolce & Gabbana, The One. Done a review, done a date fragrance video. Very, very nice smelling. Amber, tobacco. Just smells very masculine, very sexy, very cozy smelling. Definitely a great fragrance for the fall and winter times, but like I said, definitely also a great date fragrance. The reason why this is on the number 5 spot was I actually wore this the other day. I just wore it to school, and I ended up getting, I think, a solid 8.5 hours performance out of this, and I was still catching whiffs of it off my skin at the 8-hour mark. So Definitely impressed me on the performance. I think in my review I said I got around 5 to 6, but I don't know what it was, but for some reason this did really well for me the other day when I wore it, so I figured I would bump it up a little bit. You know, the deal is, guys, if you want a fragrance that is going to be, you know, mass pleasing and versatile, if you only want to own a couple fragrances, get this one, guys. Especially out of this list, just get this one. Thank me later. Number 5 spot, Dolce & Gabbana The One. Number 4 spot, guys, Versace Eros. Very minty, very synthetic, very bubblegummy. Most people see it as a clubbing scent, which I do too. Although I think you could wear this on a date if you really wanted to, or just in situations like that, outdoor situations. The reason why this ranked at number 4 instead of being a little bit higher up was because it is kind of loud. It is kind of thick and heavy. You know, if you wanted to wear this to school or to work, I would say go 1 to 2 sprays maximum, no more than that, because like I said, this thing does mean business. Performance is really, really good. It can be kind of thick, you know, hot, heavy, and synthetic, so you don't want to be going too heavy on the trigger in close encounters. So number 4 spot, guys, definitely a solid fragrance. Definitely a solid fragrance, especially for the price. I think this big 5-ounce bottle costed me like $50, so definitely good for the price. Versace Eros. Number 3 spot, CH Men Privé. This leathery, tobacco-y whiskey in a badass bottle. What more can you ask for, guys? Number 3 spot, CH Men Privé. Great compliments, great performance, really good date fragrance. Also perfect for the fall and winter, so check it out if you haven't. Number 3. Number 2 spot, guys, Ultra Male. Definitely a solid fragrance, solid fall fragrance. I know when I first smelled it, I immediately thought of fall. Definitely a nice one. It's got pear, it's got some other Smells really nice. Again, like Versace Eros, it can be kind of hot and heavy if you're spraying too much, so if you are at school, at work, 1 to 2 sprays, that's about it. Otherwise, in outdoor environments, in clubs, parties, you can go a little bit heavier on the trigger and you're going to have everyone, you know, wondering what smells so good. So definitely a nice fall fragrance. Well-deserved number 2 spot, Ultra Male. Number 1 spot, guys, Spice Bomb by Viktor and Rolf. I've talked about this one a little bit, I think. Actually, I know I have, because I'm pretty sure it's in another one of my videos. All these videos you can see up above, down below, you know the drill, but wow, that's just, it smells so good, guys. You know, I've talked about it before. This is my perfect haunted house fragrance. This is my perfect carving pumpkins fragrance. This is my perfect, you know, sitting by the fire fragrance. This thing shines to me in the fall time. In cozy situations like that, haunted house, carving pumpkins, sitting by the fire at night, you know, if you're wearing this with your girl when you're doing those activities, you've sealed the deal. You can thank me later. Definitely solid. Again, like the other ones I've mentioned, can be pretty harsh if you go too heavy on the trigger. So in kind of date situations like that, 1 to 2 sprays, you know, 1 on the neck, 1 on the shirt, and that's pretty much all you're going to need for the whole night. And again, if you want to go clubbing with this, you can go a little bit heavier on the trigger and smell awesome. So there it is, guys. That's my top 10 fall fragrances list. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more. And also leave a comment telling me what fragrances you're going to be wearing this fall, and I'll read them. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for you. See you guys in the next video.